Hi guys, welcome back to Tracy's Local Learnings. Today I would like to talk to you about lamb's quarters. It's also known as goosefoot and wild spinach. This is a nutrition powerhouse. It has everything and more. So today I'm going to go over the identification, the uses and benefits of it, the different vitamins and minerals and properties that this has in it. So I would think it would be great if you'd stick around and learn all about this wonderful, wonderful medicinal weed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the camera. I'm going to let you look at some of the plants while I read to you the information. And as always, once you meet this plant, do your own research. Get your own information. You're the only one that knows if you're on medications or if you have any illnesses. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so today we're kind of in the corner of my greenhouse because I seem to have a lot of it growing right in here. This one's kind of growing on a sideways angle, but it'll do just fine. So the identification for lamb's quarters, I'm hoping you guys can see that. Do you see the stripes, pardon me, running up the stalk of the plant? That's very common for the lamb's quarters. So here on this one, again, you can see the stripes running up it. I found this pot kind of buried under a tree, so I didn't really know it was there, and it hasn't been getting watered. Yeah, so that's one of the identifying features. Another one of the identifying features is the back of the leaf. I'm going to pluck this leaf off and let you guys look at it. Okay, the back of the leaf has like a white crystally powder on it that comes off when you touch it. It's just part of what keeps the moisture in on the plant. Do you see that white powdery substance? It's totally fine. What it is this plant is what's called hydrophobic, so it doesn't allow, or the moisture or the water, the droplets will run off the leaves, and it's one of the ways that it retains its moisture. So as you can see here on the larger leaves, they kind of resemble a goosefoot. You see what I'm saying? Like they're almost like a spear. I'm going to find some other ones that might have more of the characteristics like that. There's another leaf. So that's the front of it. Now they're a very thin leaf. They're not thick like spinach, even though they're known as wild spinach. But you see that? It comes off quite easily, the crystally texture. It also forms where there's new clusters of growth coming out. These are all seeds. So the edges of the leaves will also have the white powdery texture on the new growth. What else can I say? Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys look at this little one here in a pot while I get into it. Okay, so lamb's quarter, the botanical name is Chenopodium album. I'm probably saying that wrong, my bad. Now, it's part of the amaranth family and the quinoa family. It's known as goosefoot or wild spinach. Okay, let's get into it. It is a self-seeding annual. It can grow 1 to 6 feet tall. I've even seen it bigger than that in my garden. It just depends whether it's in sun or not. So each single plant can produce up to 7,500 seeds, which makes it very prolific when it comes to self-seeding. It is a self-seeding annual. Hey, if you guys are enjoying the content, please smash that thumbs up. It really does help get my content out there for others to learn all about this wonderful medicinal. Okay, so we went over the stripes running up the stem, the gray silvery powder on the bottom of the leaves, or the leaves where there's new growth and new buds. We went over the hydrophobic part where the water runs off of it. You will see it beating up on the leaves. Let's see if we can find some that are outside. I have some right there. Hang on, let me move this. Let's see if we can find some. Okay, you see how the water droplets just kind of, where's my camera? There it is. See how the water droplets just kind of form on it? And they'll just sit there. They don't absorb into the plant at all. And this is probably a better example of the goosefoot shape to it. Now on the plant, the bottom of the plant will have more of these defined looking leaves, but further up they just look like this. So don't be fooled by the top leaves. If in doubt, look down to the bottom and you can identify it much more easily. Okay, now where was I? So the leaves of the lamb's quarter are a very mild flavor. They're not even as potent as the taste of spinach. Okay. So, and this is what the seed clusters look like. Like I said, each one can produce up to 7,500 seeds. Now, when they go, the seed is inside those little things, and they're a little tiny black seed. So it would definitely be worth harvesting. Again, something like this, you'd be better off just to put a paper bag over the branch that you're harvesting and shake it into that, or pinch it off. Otherwise, because the seeds are so tiny, you will lose a lot. Okay, so this plant is an anti-inflammatory and antispasmodic, and it's very high in antioxidants. The vitamins and minerals in lamb's quarter are as follows, but not all of them. Again, do your own research. So there is loads of vitamin A in this plant. Vitamin C as well, and vitamin K. Now the vitamin K has K1 and K2. So they're very good vitamins. So it's got magnesium, zinc, selenium, calcium, magnesium, or manganese, copper, iron, potassium, and fiber. It's high in protein and fatty acids. There's lots of B vitamins, almost a full complex. So it's got B1, which is thiamine, B2, which is riboflavin, B3, which is niacin. There's B5, B6, and B9. Phosphorus for bone health, and of course the niacin, or the B3, is for energy and metabolism. It's got the omega-3 and 6s in it. Hang on. Oops. I'm trying to keep my notes together here. Okay, so because of its extremely high vitamin A content in it, it's very good for your eye health. And with the abundant antioxidants, it will reduce risks of the big old C word, cancer. It's good for blood circulation, respiratory health, weight management, digestion. It balances blood sugars. It's good for UTIs, or urinary tract infections. It's actually good for the whole urinary tract system. You can, and it's good for skin health. You can use it as a poultice for bug bites, burns, even sunburns. What it does is it removes the irritation from the skin. It's been used and studied regarding expelling worms and detoxifying. Something interesting about the lamb's quarter is if you're cooking beans and you add it to your cooking beans, it will reduce the gassy effect on you. That's a bonus. It can be used exactly like spinach, cooked or raw. You can put it in salads, soups, stews. You can juice with it. You can make teas and tinctures and creams and salves. It's a very beneficial plant to get to know and have growing on your property. And remember, these are only some of the benefits of it. Again, if you want to dive deeper, by all means, do your own research. The seeds on this are edible. Remember, it's much like quinoa, so you can add it to breads. You could even try to collect enough to grind up and make flour from it. Again, it grows prolifically, but again, it's easy to pull up and, move around if you get too much of it. It's great. My chickens absolutely love it. It's great for all livestock as an edible supplement to their food. It's also a great chop and drop for the garden fertilizer, so that's another good part. So I'm going to go over it again. The edible parts on this plant are the leaves, the seeds, the stems, and the roots. Now the stems are quite woody, so what I do is I dehydrate them and kind of break them up, and I use them in teas. You can eat them raw, you can eat them cooked. They grow abundantly and they are extremely nutritious. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Please smash the thumbs up, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have any questions or comments regarding the lamb's quarter, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for coming by. Bye-bye.